We're back. Thanks for watching our Get and Keep Customers program, sponsored by Southern Background Services and Constant Contact. I have with me Audra Wallace, who is a certified local expert for Constant Contact and also the CEO of YFusion. So thank you for joining us. Thank you to Constant Contact for sponsoring this.
Thank you for having us.
Oh boy, there's so much we can get started with, because we were talking off the air that most people don't understand when you have a Facebook like, it's not yours.
Correct, that is correct. A lot of times people spend so much time and energy trying to get people to follow them, to like their social media channels, and if that social media channel was to disappear tomorrow, like MySpace, they would lose all of that interaction. And so that's why email marketing is so crucial for your small business, and you should be collecting emails wherever you are, whether it's a brick and mortar, offline, online, when you're doing events. Always ask for their emails. When you're doing networking events, ask, can I add you to my email list?
And some people will say yes, and some people will say no.
Yes.
And then the reality is that they say yes, they can always unsubscribe later. It's not anything against you or anything along those lines. But you had made a comment that email marketing is basically the Rolodex of the future.
That is so true. Back when we used to cherish and hold very close our Rolodex and our little black books, basically that's what email marketing is. And you should be engaging, because we all know that it's cheaper to keep a customer than to get a new one.
And people forget that. It might cost you $100 to get a customer and $6 to keep it.
Exactly. They say for every dollar you spend on email marketing, you get $44.25 return.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So if you're spending $20 a month on your email marketing provider, you're getting a return of almost $800 in that 1 month.
That's good.
Yes.
That's absolutely good. So what do you do with YFusion? I mean, I know you do a lot of training for Constant Contact and things along those lines, but I mean, how did you get involved with that? I mean, you obviously are doing it yourself, but let's have a little history here.
Well, we're a digital marketing agency, so we're full service. We handle offline and online marketing campaigns, a lot of social media management, email marketing, and pay-per-click. But I actually was speaking at a conference, and one of the regional directors at Constant Contact saw me speaking, and they had just rolled out their speaker program and asked if I would come on for Georgia, the state of Georgia, and speak. And now I do that across the United States, speaking on different digital marketing topics. Right.
Okay. So Constant Contact started just doing email, didn't they?
Yes, they did. But now they're
all over the place.
They do everything now. You can do your online event management,
which we did for here.
Exactly. And most people, if you're doing any type of events, live events, you should have an online registration process. It's easier for your participants to actually get involved. And also, you should be doing polls and surveys, and that's a great thing that Constant Contact is doing now as well.
Right. I mean, many years ago, I mean, I started doing my first emails in 1999.
Oh, good for you.
And so, but we had to send them out ourselves in a bulk. I mean, Constant Contact came around, and I was like, yes.
And I see people now who, for their brands, are still sending out using Outlook and Gmail. And there's nothing wrong with Outlook and Gmail when you're doing one-on-one. But if you're sending out in bulk, you can actually be fined by the federal government for spam, for sending out bulk emails through Gmail or through Outlook. You would need to use an email provider such as Constant Contact.
So, I mean, Constant Contact will send out like 2 emails, right?
Yes. Yeah. You can do 1 email to thousands, depending on how big your list is. And you can segment those lists. You can set them up so that they'll be automated, and they just go out based on a trigger. You can send out birthday, anniversary celebrations. So
yeah, all sorts of things. All right, I'm a small business. I'm just starting out. How do I build a list?
Oh, great question. Basically, when you're interacting with your customers, you should be asking them for their email address. It's similar to how if you go to one of the big boxes, such as Staples or Office Depot, before you can complete that transaction, they're asking you for your email address.
Yeah, would you like your receipt emailed?
Exactly. And so as long as you have permission to email them, they give you voluntarily their email address, you're able to hopefully communicate, engage with them monthly, and build that relationship.
So monthly, weekly, daily? I mean, what's a good etiquette with email?
I think it really depends on your audience and your customers. I would say the normal is, and the average is monthly newsletter. And that would be what I would tell most people to start out with. But if you're having some kind of special announcement, maybe you're doing an event, maybe you have a product launch, then send that out periodically as those come about. If you're going to send out more than monthly, like quarterly or daily, I would say segment your list and ask them how frequently they want to be communicated with.
Well, I send mine out every week, every Monday morning. And it's gone out every Monday morning since like June 1st of 1999. And if people don't get it, where's my email? You didn't send it to me, but you guys always send them.
We do, we do. But you've kind of set
They're used to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they know what to expect. And the worst thing you can do is not send out your communications.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes.
It's like, are you sick? What happened? You know.
Exactly, because they come to know you, and that's a great thing because I think that's where brands and small businesses really fail. They either go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Either they're treating their brand pages and their emails as a reality show, and they're being too transparent, or they're just pushing and selling product.
Right.
And so some way you have to talk to someone like you would talk to them if they were in person.
And I've heard like 3 emails that are informational and 1 sales. Is that true?
Yes, yes. Or like an 80-20 rule. 20% of what you send out should include a call to action. The other 50% should be just to entertain and to share, and then the 30% should be to educate and inspire.
Right. Laugh? I don't think I make anybody laugh with my emails.
But you give them excellent information.
That I do. But the reality of the situation is that I think it also depends upon your audience too, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some people who get into the humorous side of thing a whole lot better than I do.
Right.
And who are more interested in that. So when you're doing it, you can start really, really small with Constant Contact. So we have about a minute or so left. Let's talk about how to get involved with a free trial of email marketing, right?
Yes. There is, let's say you're new to email marketing, you want to kind of try it out before, you can do a 60-day free demo, and that's no contract, no credit card required, and that gives you the access to all the tools that Constant Contact offers. And with that, you just register either online. I think we have a code as well that they can use, and can they find that on your site?
Yes, we have a code that they can use it too.
Exactly. And so they'll sign up, and after that 60-day process, hopefully they'll be sending out a newsletter once a month, sending out a poll, setting up an online registration and event, and then hopefully you'll love it and become a customer.
All right, Audra, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
And thanks to Constant Contact also.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Thanks for watching Get and Keep Customers. We'll see you in a minute.